Delegates gathering in Davos for the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum are faced with a daunting range of global challenges. Worsening conflicts, worsening climate change, a weak global economy, fears over artificial intelligence, attacks on commercial shipping in the Red Sea. In its report published Wednesday, the summit organisers said disinformation is the biggest short-term risk.
The potential impact on elections worldwide over the next 2 years is significant, and that could lead to elected governments' legitimacy being put in question. And this, in turn, could, of course, threaten democratic processes, lead to further social polarization, riots, strikes, or even intrastate violence.
The summit takes place against the backdrop of two major wars in Ukraine and Gaza. Among those due in Davos are the Israeli President Isaac Herzog, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Chinese Premier Li Qiang, and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Alongside political leaders will be hundreds of the world's most powerful chief executives. Critics say their wealth has increased while billions are getting poorer.
Across the world, people are feeling extraordinary hardship. And at the same time, there's a few sprinting off at the very top into the distance, and some of them will be in Davos. And it is, yes, a space for dialogue, for important discussions, even for holding political and business leaders to account. It's why organizations like Oxfam take part. But it's also not an international democratic space in which, transparent, accountable decisions are being made.
Summit organisers say it's vital to bring together political and business leaders to find solutions to the world's myriad challenges. Henry Ridgwell, VOA News, London.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Muleston that do rule well. And salutations and blessings to Akim that are pushing his word with truth, sincerity, and charity, and risk your lives to do so. And firstly, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh, and many other false names. His only true name is Yahweh, which means he is, he exists. And Bahasham, meaning in the name, Ba and Ha Da Sham, name, which is the only way to get to the Heavenly Father, which is through his only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Yeshua, and many other false names. His only true name is Yahweh Shai. And the Rakha Kwadash is the Holy Spirit, which is how we are, inspired to do these lessons, go out in the highways and byways, and ultimately do the will of Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. It's all done through the Rakha Kwadash, which Rakha means spirit, and Kwadash is holy, which is the holy angels. So today I want to get into this quick lesson, touching on this lesson that you've seen. All right, this lesson that I played in the beginning of the video, all right, of these reporters, speaking on what is the biggest global risk in 2024. They're saying that it's disinformation, and all the other things that they listed, just pales in comparison to disinformation. You got wars going on, you got famine going on. Okay, you got what did they say?
Global challenges, worsening conflicts, worsening climate change, a weak global economy.
Yeah, they say climate change, global economy.
Fears over artificial intelligence. Attacks on commercial shipping in the
attacks on commercial shippings. So all these things are at a less concern than disinformation. People ultimately spreading truth, because that's disinformation to this world. Okay, to the elites and the government of this world is people waking up to the bullshit that's going on behind closed doors. Hey, everyone knows that the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poor. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is living paycheck to paycheck. And here it is that they're saying that disinformation is the biggest global risk, which is nothing but BS, because they don't want the people to wake up and then ultimately come up against them, which that's Bible prophecy. That's gonna happen. All right, these people are gonna get tired. Are gonna get tired of the BS. They're gonna get tired of, continuously getting effed over, and eventually they're gonna rise up against this place. That's Second Ezra's, the 15th chapter. But their main concern, their main problem is the fact that the truth is out here. All right, and what I mean the truth is the words and wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai being broke down by the prophets, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because this is where the true doctrine of the Holy Bible, the true doctrine of Yahweh Shem Shai is coming from. It's only coming from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and those that teach that like-minded doctrine. Everything else is a lie. Okay? That's the main problem out here. Because this world, well, that's the main problem for these elites. All right, the government. That's why the world leaders are all coming together to discuss this problem. How are we going to stop truth from being spread? How are we going to stop this? And this is why we tell you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans to get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot, man. Hey, get this understanding, get this truth from the prophets right now. Because very soon we won't be able to do this. We won't be able to make lessons. We won't be able to go out on the highways and byways. Because Esau's going to cut he's not going to cut the internet, but he's going to monetize the internet much more than what he's doing right now. Things are going to become more and more strict. All right, you're going to try to put up some information exposing, the lies of Esau, Edom. All right, you're going to put up some information to expose GMOs and so on and so forth, and it's not going to be able to get uploaded. So these are the times that we're coming into, the attack on the truth. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And all the wicked know is lies. That's all they know. It's to just spread lies, spread disinformation. All right, then when you come out with the truth, they call that disinformation. When what they have been putting out all this time is nothing but lies. It says that he covered the faces of the judges thereof. He covered up the faces of the Israelites. Said that he's the Israelite. Said that the Israelites were white. Said that he's the Most High. Says that the Most High is so-called white. The angels are so-called white. That's a fucking lie. And we can prove that all day. We done did videos upon videos upon videos on that. All right. You got the average Joe comes out and says, God is black. Jesus is black. When his name is not Jesus, his name is Yahweh Shai. But at least they got one part of the lie cut, Because the Lord is not a so-called white man with long, stringy hair. It says that, and we can just read this, because this is a cut to their lives right here. And that's a big part of this society, man. JC. You got Christianity being the number one religion in the world. So it's the number one religion here in America, Babylon the Great. Christianity, this land was founded upon Christianity. White supremacy. That's what Christianity is. Nothing but white supremacy. This is Revelation 1:13. It's so-called white supremacy because y'all ain't white. Yeah. If anything, y'all the black people. You're so-called white people. Your spirits are black. You're fucking wicked, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Revelation 1:13. It says, in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool. So the top of his head, meaning his hair on his head, and the hair on his face was white like wool. So yeah, a white hair on his head, and he had a white beard that is likened unto wool. So he had white woolly hair, like a Negro. Like if you've seen a Negro in old age or stressed out, they would have white hair, white woolly hair like a sheep. It says, and Yahweh Shai is called the Lamb, right? That's not a coincidence, man. Lambs have woolly hair. Yahweh Shai had woolly hair. It says as white as snow. So he had very white hair. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. So he had the whites of his eyes being red because he drank a lot of wine. And that's how Negroes look when they drink a lot of wine. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if it burned in a furnace. So his feet was like fine brass, and brass is already a brownish color. But if you put it in a furnace, it's gonna be very, very, very dark. All right, some people would even call it black, which is not black. It's just extremely dark brown, and that's what Yahweh Shai looked like. So that's a cut to the lies already. But they would call that disinformation when this is coming right out the Bible. So who is that dude in your Christian church? Who is that? Who is that dude, that your grandmother has on her walls, man, worshiping? That's Serapis Christus. That's who that goes back to. Serapis Christus, man, which is nothing but an idol. Okay? So you people are worshiping an idol. Our Lord didn't look like that. He was a so-called black man with white woolly hair. It says in his voice as a sound of many waters, and he had a deep, loud voice. And they try to push out, these movies and try to make it where Yahweh Shai is all soft and all nice. Man, that's not the representation of our Lord, man. It says that he was an austere man. He just spoke all nice and quiet. That's not how Yahweh Shai spoke. He said he had a voice of many waters, man. He had a loud voice. So that's a cut to their lives right there. But hey, here it is in this world. They would call that disinformation because they have put so many lies out here and changed the truth into a lie. They put so many lies out here and they tell you that this is the truth. What I'm telling you is true. Everything else is a lie, man. Damn, it was something I was gonna get. I'm gonna read this. This 2nd Ezra 6, and let me get that. It just came back to me. Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and evil good." It's like it says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." And that's what Esau Edom's whole MO is. To put evil for good. To put good for evil. That's what Esau Edom is all about. This whole society is based upon that. They tell you that a man can lie with another man. And we're telling you that he can't. That's off. Where they're going to call us haters. They're going to say that we're spreading false information. We're going to give you the whole entire so-called medical rundown on why the fuck a man shouldn't be lying with another man. All right? This is evident why a man shouldn't be lying with another man. This is even vexing to think about, man. But we give you a whole scientific rundown of why a man shouldn't be lying with another man, and then they call that disinformation. That's a lie. We tell you, hey, you shouldn't be taking medicines from Esau Edom because it's killing you. Oh, that's disinformation. No, that's the truth. More people have died from taking the jump shot than people who did not take it. And that's Esau Edom's own statistics coming out and saying that. We didn't need any statistics to tell you people not to take that, because the man's the fucking devil. You don't trust the devil. You don't trust Esau. You don't take anything from this man. Nothing. And you damn sure don't take his truth and believe it. Because anything that he says and tells you is a lie. What the prophets are telling you is the truth. But he's going to try and push that to be disinformation. Which is why we do these lessons. Do lessons like these to cut and expose what he's really saying, man. So this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. So deceit is being quenched because the truth is coming out. The truth is being spoken by the prophets. So now deceit is being broken down more and more and more. And Esau is being made bare. All of your lies can only last for so long, man. It will only last for so long. Let me get this. Because truth is eventually going to come out. It's going to prevail. You can't hide truth. You cannot hide it, man, because it's the truth. It's going to come out sooner or later. It's like a woman been, messing around on her husband for 20 years. Eventually, that man is going to find out, man. That 21st year, one day, the Lord is just going to reveal it to that man, and the truth is going to come out. That woman been cheating on you the whole time. Esau been lying to you people the whole time. Hey, the truth is out here, man. That spirit of truth is truly out here. Proverbs 12:19. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. So a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is only for a moment, man. It was never set up to last forever. You can only lie to someone for so long. You can only lie to a bear and tell him that he's a zebra for so long until he looks into that mirror. When he look in the mirror and he say, damn, I'm a bear. They been lying to me. And he's just gonna go crazy. And that's what we're doing. That's why we going crazy with the truth. Pushing this truth, man. Cause y'all been lying. Y'all been lying to us, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And it says that surely oppression make it a wise man mad. The Lord has bestowed his wisdom upon us, and we are furious, man. Which is why we're never gonna stop pushing his word. 2 Ezra 6:28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared, because the truth was put away for, some time. A 1700s, a 16, 1700s, 1800s. Hey, the truth wasn't out here, man. All right, we were beat down. The Lord took away, the understanding from us, man. And then he woke us back up around 1960, with Abba Bivens, High Priest Abba Bivens. Okay, and we have been moving forward with this truth ever since. Being woken up ever since, been made alive ever since. Okay, so a truth is gonna stand forever, and lies are gonna only be for a moment, man. So that's why Esau Edom is making videos like that and coming together to say that disinformation is the biggest threat in the world. You got all this shit going on, man. All this destruction, all this death going on, and you talking about disinformation is the biggest threat. That doesn't even make sense. What's the biggest threat is the prophets, right? This Hebrew Israelite movement. That's the biggest threat to Esau Edom, because with this truth coming out, that means that your kingdom is going to go down, because now the Israelites are coming back to their power. This is Psalms 85:11. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. So truth is springing out of the earth. We got artifacts coming up every single day about the Israelites, about who Esau Edom is. Right, you got books being discovered that people ain't never heard of, that some Edomite wrote in the 1800s, telling you the Native Americans are Israelites, so on and so forth. Exposing who Esau really is, man. You got all this information coming out, and the prophets are breaking all these things down, giving you this understanding. So this is why Esau is really afraid. That's why disinformation is a threat, quote unquote, disinformation. Because disinformation is nothing but the truth. It's all it is, man. But they call it disinformation because it's coming against their truth, which is lies. They want you people to believe that the shit that they feed you is the truth. What they feed you is nothing but fables. Okay, lies, man, to keep them floating up above the people. It's only going to be for so long. Judith 5:17. And whilst they sinned not before their power, and this is speaking of the Israelites. While the Israelites sinned not, all right, because it says that sinned, because sin is transgression of the law. And the only people that got the law were the Israelites. So it says, and whilst they sinned not, therefore their power, before their power they prospered, because the power that hated iniquity was with them. And when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places which they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. So when we return unto Yahweh Shema Shai, we serve him, hey, the Lord raises us up. The Lord puts us back in a state that we were once in, being the number one nation, and everyone else being under us, being subjects, being slaves. And you can see the example of that in the kings. When King David was brought up, to kingship, and all the nations round about him were put in captivity. They were made subjects to King David, to King Solomon. King David passed the kingdom to King Solomon, or really Yahweh Shema Shai passed the kingdom to King Solomon. And guess what? Those nations were all in subjection to King David. And the reason for that, because we were following our power. We were serving Yahweh Shema Shai. So we were at the top. But then when we went off, King Solomon started to go off. Israel started to fall and sin. Then, hey, we were led into captivity. We were broken apart. Northern and southern kingdom. One went that way and the other went that way. But we failed as a nation. And that was because we didn't serve our power. So this is what Esau wants. He wants us to keep being in a dumbified state, not knowing who the hell we are, not knowing where we're from, and just think that we're just niggas. We just come from Africa. That's what he wants you to believe. That's what he wants you to think is the truth, when that's a fucking lie, man. But what we're telling you, that's the truth. And we can prove it all day. All day. But Esau can't prove what he's saying is the truth. He can't prove that. All he's going to say is, well, and this book that I wrote, that I created, that I made, it says this, it says that, this. Well, your book is a lie. What we have is the Holy Bible, which can't be tampered with, can't be changed up, because the Spirit of the Lord. This is the truth. All right? And this is the same book that you tried to use to pull our people down and keep them in a what's the word I'm looking for? I'll just say a dumbified state, Esau just want to keep our people stupid, man. But hey, this is the worst thing that you could have gave our people, is this Bible, because this is where the truth resides. This is where real truth is at. Everything else is a lie. And the Spirit of the Lord working with us. So this is John 17:17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. So the words of Yahweh Shema Shai is the truth, and everything else is a lie. So this is why Esau Edom is in fear. This is why these nations are coming together, these world leaders. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and in half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them. And 3 days and a half is 350 years. All right, from the time that we were brought over here in slavery, all the way to the time where Abba Bivens was woken up to the truth. All right, and the truth started to be pushed out here to us so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which is life unto us. All right, this word is life. The understanding of this word is life. So now we're being woken up. We were being pulled up out of them graves, man. And we started to actually live again, knowing who we were. Because Esau always wanted to keep us dead and keep us in a destitute state. But what it says, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So because we have woken up to the truth, woken up to who we are, because we have been quickened through the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, now this man has great fear upon him. Now he's like, oh shit, these Israelites woke up, man. That means that our kingdom is going to go down. That means that their power is going to come and fight for them, deliver them, and destroy us. And they're going to be risen up at the to be the number one nation And that's a problem for these heathen. Because they're all on one accord, and that's to destroy the nation of Israel. And Lord willing, I'm going to read that. But this is John 6:63. It is a spirit that quicken it. So what is a spirit? The flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the words of Yahweh Shema Shai is the spirit, and that is what quickens us. Everything else is death. Lies are death to Israelites. That's why Esau is afraid. Let me see. Yep, this is Psalms 119:50. This is my comfort and my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. And to quicken means to make alive. So the words of Yahweh Shema Shai has made us alive, man. So now we got that understanding. Now we living, and that's a problem for Esau. This man want to see you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans believing what he's saying, following his lies. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, which that is the prophets standing in great boldness out there in the highways and byways, before the face of such as have afflicted him. And that's all these heathen nations, starting with Esau Edom. Our number one enemy, all right, pursuant to that Psalms, the 83rd chapter, which Lord willing I'm gonna get. All right, he is our number one enemy. He is the problem to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And we're standing right in his face, right in the sheep place of concourse in all of his cities, and telling him to his face, the Lord is against Mount Seir. The Lord is against Esau Edom. The Lord is against America. The Lord is against you so-called white people. The Lord is against you so-called Chinese. He's against China. He's against Africa. He's against all these nations. And he's going to bring them all down, man. And that's the problem. It says, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. So when they see these things, when they see us standing in great boldness, with life in us, wisdom and knowledge in us, now they're going to be in terrible fear. They're troubled with terrible fear, man. They can't even sleep at night anymore. These elites. All they can think about is how they're going to bring us down. How they're going to stop disinformation. How they're going to stop the truth from coming out. It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And yeah, that's going to be our deliverance, which is going to be through the chariots, which are so-called UFOs. And where are majority of chariot sightings or UFO sightings at? In America. All around the world, worldwide, the majority of UFO sightings are here in Babylon the Great, America. So they're gonna see our salvation. They're gonna be, amazed at it, like, oh shit, damn, this is the power of Israel. This is what Israel had behind them. This is what these so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans have behind them. Yeah. So they're gonna be afraid at that, and they're gonna be amazed at it as well. So let me get this. I'm gonna end on this. Psalms 83. Psalms 83:1. It says, "Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh." Well, it says a psalm of Asaph. "Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh." Right, and the Lord will not be still, man, because the prophets are asking the Lord to not be still. We're praying this every single day for the Lord to come and bring down Esau Edom, for the Lord to come and bring down these heathen nations and put us at the top of the world. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And all these heathen nations hate you. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. None of them are your friends, man. All right, Esau Edom is not your friend. The so-called white man, he is not your friend. Damn sure not that fucking demon, man. He ain't your damn friend, man. And neither are any of these other heathen. They hate you. It says, and that's just the way that the Lord made it, man. They were created to be our enemies. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So they have all come together to consult against the hidden ones, to consult against the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites. They are coming together with one mindset to come against them. And what is that? Those world summits, all right, those meetings with those elite rulers of the world. They all come together and say this. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That's what they all come together with one consent about. How are we going to destroy the Israelites? How are we going to keep them stupid? How are we going to keep them not knowing who they are? Because once we know who we are, that's y'all downfall. That's the end of this kingdom. So the problem is not disinformation. You know, you got these niggas making videos about the fucking Antarctica. What's at the bottom of Antarctica? What are they doing in Area 51? They're not worried about shit like that, man. What they're worried about is what we're saying, what the Israelites saying. That's the problem. So it says, verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent that they are confederate against thee. So they're all on one accord to destroy the Israelites. It's like Batman. You know, Batman been beating up all these damn villains. He done beat up the Penguin. You know, beat up the Joker, the Mr. Freeze, Bane, Killer Croc. But hey, he beat up all these villains. And now they like, man, we tired of Batman beating us up, man. We tired of this nigga, man. Tired of him throwing us in jail. How about we all come together and just defeat this dude? Even though they're not buddies. They don't like each other. These heathen don't like each other. But when it comes to destroying the nation of Israel, oh yeah, we on that. Let's do that. We on one accord for that. And that's how these nations look at you, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which is why we continuously warn you to not trust your enemy. But Jake is a fucking idiot, man. You Israelites are just stupid. Which is why the Lord is only going to come and save the elect, those that are warring for his name, standing stiffly for his name. Those are the ones that the Lord is going to save, because we're bringing down this kingdom. All right, we bring down this kingdom. Truth makes things start move. It puts things to action. It stirs up people's minds. It makes people question things, man. And that's what's going on in the world. So it says, verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagareans, Jabal and Ammon and Amalek. So the Lord named Esau, Edom twice. Amalek will be you so-called Jewish people and these times, a chief house of the nation of Israel. It says, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, you so-called Africans, Ashur also join with them and have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. So all these nations, all these heathen nations have come against us. It says that what nation have not had a part in your spoils? All these nations that have been against us, all these nations have had a part in our downfall, had their hand in our goodie bag, our treasures, our riches. They partook in that shit, man. They have a problem with destroying our people. They ain't have a problem with seeing our people suffering. Ain't nobody reached their hand out. Japheth didn't reach his hand out to help us. So-called Hawaiians didn't reach their hands out to help us and, you know, lift us up. Tell the Edomites, the so-called white people, hey, what you're doing to these people is wrong. They didn't give a fuck. They were too busy riding on surfboards and fucking drinking blood and doing all other kind of weird, wicked ass acts. They don't care about us, man. None of these nations do. First Maccabees 2:10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? What nation? You can't name one. Then we read verse 9. It says, her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. Ain't nobody come and reach their hand out and say, how thou doest. I believe it say that in the book of Jeremiah. No one did that for us. No one stuck their hand out to help us. No one gives a fuck about the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They love to see us suffering. So when we wake up and we start to proclaim who we are, and when we start to speak against this damn devil, that's the problem, man. Not disinformation. The truth of this Hebrew Israelite movement, That's the problem to this world. Okay? So, hey, I pray this lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Vahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that are pushing this word with truth, sincerity, and charity. Shalom and Kwam Yashra Allah.